eu vou ver inteiro, eu juro.
Hey everyone, I'm Riot Brightmoon, executive producer
Tá ficando calvo aqui, não adianta fazer isso aqui, hein? Tu tá calvo, irmão, tu tá calvo.
of League of Legends, and I'm here on behalf of the entire League dev team to welcome you to Season 2023. First off, I want to wish you all a happy start of a new season, and I want to thank you for the marks you've all made on League. From the hype plays to the big brain moments, and all the ways you've helped make League what it is today. We have a lot to share with you, including our final updates on Ahri and Aurelion Sol, some upcoming skin thematics, an update on Ranked, and a sneak peek at some champions we'll be releasing later this year. But before we get into what's coming, I want to share a quick recap of this year's preseason. So let's go.
Recap? Recapitulação?
The Chemtech Drake has had a major glow-up. In her new and improved form, instead of resurrecting friends and foes, she now mutates all the plants on the map with Chemtech empowerments. They still do what you're used to, only now with a twist. And each time you defeat the Chemtech Drake, she'll grant stacking tenacity, plus healing and shielding power. If you claim the soul, you'll deal increased damage and receive damage resistance when at low health. We also added new pings to help you communicate with your team more effectively,
Pingar só serve pra você pingar errado.
including the push, bait, and all-in. Better pings mean clearer calls on what you want to accomplish as a team. My personal favorite is using the hold ping right after my whole team dies defending Baron. It wouldn't be preseason without some changes in the jungle.
Hashtag humor.
You now have a path recommender, an updated camp patience system, and new jungle companions to help you conquer the scary monsters of the jungle. Last, but certainly not least, we have changes like a new
Essa mudança eu gostei dos pets, porque campeão que não tinha muito dano em área agora consegue fazer a jungle.
rune recommender, some new in-game items, as well as a few returning favorites, and a few changes to ARAM, like new Hextech gates that transport you down the map, falling towers and the rubble that they create,
Se esse cara joga LOL, eu sou uma geladeira duas portas.
and some more balance changes to keep ARAM games feeling fair and fun for both teams.
Gostaram da mudança no Aranha, chat? Eu achei legal também.
Now that we've covered preseason changes, let's talk about some of the new things coming this season. After a year of waiting, we're finally releasing Ahri's ASU. Her base, her skins, new VFX, splashes, and all 9 tails have been updated and will be
Pra Ahri tudo. Pra Lux tudo.
out for all of you in just a few weeks. We can't wait to see what you think of her new look. There are a few champions who haven't gotten a new skin in a while.
Cara, eles nem falaram do sistema de votação. Eles ignoraram isso, porque eu ia meter o pau nisso, porque ninguém tá usando o sistema de votação. A gente simplesmente não tá usando, e eles devem ter os dados de que as pessoas não estão usando.
Including Aurelion Sol, Ivern, Kled, and Callista. And I have some good news. Aurelion Sol, there are a few champions who haven't gotten a new skin.
Ah, skin? Achei que era...
And I have some good news. They'll all be receiving a new skin this year. Callista's skin is coming to us from a world of beauty and magic, nature and majesty. The Fairy Queen presides over the courts of the 4 seasons.
Foda que os caras sabem fazer roupinha pra jogo de fada.
And the Fae who reside there are empowered by the natural world and the magic within it. Not all within the Fae world is light and beauty. After we leave the Fae realms, we're returning to a fan favorite. It's a little bit more adorable than beautiful. The skin line that brought you Pugma, Corky Corgi, and Yorick in a cat onesie is coming back. To open up some catnip, dust off your chew toys, because more champions are getting fluffy.
Era o Kled de quem? Aqui é o Kled e quem que é esse aqui do lado, gente? Quem é esse aqui? É a Kindred? É o Kled e a Kindred?
Toys, because more champions are getting fluffy. These are just a few of the new things we have planned for Season 2023. I'll hand it over to Riot Oberon, who will share our plans for Ranked.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Roberts, also known as Riot Oberon, the project lead for the Game Loop team. We work on things like champ select, matchmaking, and the various queue types from ranked to normals. That means we're not just focused on ladder grinders, we're also
Cara, não tem uma pessoa normal. Vai aparecer uma pessoa normal nesse vídeo.
here for players who just want to have a good time with friends. Last year, we shared a blog update with some of our upcoming plans, including anonymized champion select, pick order swapping, and the loadout recommender. Since then, we've also been working on a few other projects.
Não, esse não é calvo, ele não é calvo. Ele raspou o cabelo.
And there's one big thing I want to talk to you about today, the mid-year ranked reset.
Esse sim joga LOL, ele tem cara de maluco. É um de nós, chat.
Ranked splits have been in the game for a few years, but until now, they were just a way to separate the single ranked season into thirds to help folks pace their progress. Starting this year, the 2 ranked splits will have a full ranked reset in between, with rewards to match. Here's the thing. A lot of players come back to League at the start of the season, ready for their climb to their ranked goals. But when we look at the data, it doesn't actually take the whole season for players to hit their peak rank if they've been playing consistently every patch. If you don't take
Mas é óbvio, pô. Vocês deixaram as ranqueadas muito fácil, mano. É muito fácil de subir de elo, pô.
your foot off the gas once you start your climb in January, you'll probably reach the peak of your climb around halfway through the year. After that, things can get a little rough. For players at higher ranks, the middle of the year can be a stress fest of playing just enough to avoid decaying or demoting. And once players realize they're not steadily climbing, many of them either drop out of ranked or turn to smurfing. Neither of these things are great for fair matchmaking or enjoyable league experiences, especially for players starting their climb later in the season. All in all, there are honestly a lot of reasons why most other games, other Riot games included, don't have year-long ranked seasons. So this year, we're getting with the times.
Ah, então eles não vão fazer um ano de temporada, eles vão cortar a temporada, entendi.
When Split 2 starts, it won't be as heavy a reset as the one in January. We're not introducing a second preseason, so the game won't change dramatically enough to warrant making you re-earn your rank to the same extent. And if you've got something keeping you AFK for the first half of the year, don't worry. The same
Vai ter um soft reset no meio, verão deles, e aí em novembro volta pra season.
extent. And if you've got something keeping you AFK for the first half of the year, don't worry. The mid-year reset is even less significant if you haven't played many games since January. We know this is a huge change, but it's one we think will help keep League feeling modern and fun while addressing a few of the pain points we've seen over the years. Okay, that was a lot. Let's end things on a high note by talking about the shiny stuff, rewards. Each split, you can earn the full ranked reward suite, icons and emotes, ranked borders, and a ranked skin. Yes, that means there will be 2 skins for ranked
Aí,
this
ó,
year.
vai ter 2 recompensas durante o ano, mano.
We're also adding in
Isso
some
vocês
extra
gostam.
rewards for your climb as you progress on your ranked journey. In addition to this, we're also removing the gold rank requirement from ranked skins. Now, every ranked player will have the chance to earn the skin moving forward, with chromas to match your final rank.
Ai, todo mundo vai ganhar skin! E daí vai ser o Chroma que vai decidir a parada? Interessante, velho. Interessante. O que vocês acharam, chat? Eu acho que, assim, adiciona valor especialmente pra galera acima do ouro. Porque, tipo, o cara que é Challenger tem a mesma skin do cara que é ouro, tá ligado? Mas agora, mano, cada elo vai ter a sua corzinha diferente. E mesmo se você não pegou ouro, você ainda vai ter a skin. Só que vai ser um Chroma falido.
The skin will continue to reflect your final ranked achievement,
Bom, foda, legal, legal.
but we want you to also be able to earn it through dedication to climbing. That said, if you're below gold, it won't be as easy as play 10 placements for a free skin. The number of games required to earn the skin is drastically higher below gold, so just because you now can earn it at silver or below, doesn't mean you will. That wraps things up for me.
Ou seja, não adianta você só jogar uma partida ou outra, você tem que jogar um número de partidas pra conseguir estar habilitado pra ganhar skin. Então você realmente precisa se dedicar, assim, é isso que ele tá falando. Mas não deve ser muitas partidas, não.
Up next is Riot Lexical, who's going to talk to you about our plans for champions this year. Thanks, and good luck on your climbs.
Hi everyone, Lexi Riot Lexical Gal, the product lead for Champions here. I'm going to talk
Sim, a gente não vai filmar uma pessoa normal nesse vídeo, a gente aceitou.
a bit about some of the new champions we have planned for this year. But before that, I want to touch on our plans for the year overall. This season, we're focusing a bit more on smaller updates to the parts of the champion roster that has been left in the dust. We want to continue improving older champions' gameplay fantasies, so we'll be doing more mid-scope updates throughout 2023. And beyond gameplay changes, we'll also be polishing up
Acho que ela tá muito saudável pra jogar LoL. Ela não joga LoL. Tá muito saudável.
some of the roster with much-needed VO updates for a few of our older champions like Nidalee and Varus, both of whom cross paths with some of our upcoming champions. First up this year is Aurelion Sol's CGU. In the last LoL Please, we showed you some of the updated abilities that fans the flame of his dragon fantasy. But we didn't
Cara, me lembra... Qual que é aquele dragão do Dota? É o Jakiro, gente?
go too deep into the parts of his kit that strengthen his star forging theme. Not only can Aurelion Sol forge stars like a nebula in deep space, but he can now drop them from the sky
Charizard?
onto his foes in Summoner's Rift. Ooh, ouch. As we mentioned before in the last video, his new passive causes all of his abilities to grow in size over the course of the game, including his new ultimate. I mean, what's more satisfying than dropping a massive star you forged in outer space on someone's head? We can't
Mano, se o Aurélio virar realmente um mago de controle, vai ser bem legal. Do que aquela parada bizarra que ele era antes.
wait to see what you all think of the new and improved Starforger, and we hope a lot of you will find a new main with him. After Aurelion Sol, we'll be releasing some brand new champions. One of our goals for the past few years has been to make sure we have a champion for everyone to enjoy. So we try to have a diverse champion pool that's inclusive of all cultures, genders, and in-game skill levels for every role. And that brings us to our first new champion of the year.
Vídeo.
I'm super
Eles foram escrever Mylon e erraram a... erraram as letras.
excited to meet our male enchanter from Ishtal, displaying an incredible
E é fadinha, é maguinho.
understanding of the fire axiom at
É maguinho de fogo.
a young age. Milio uses fire not to raise cities,
É milho, mano. O nome do cara é milho, velho.
but to soothe wounds. Now he travels to Ishalcan, carrying the hopes and dreams of his family on his back, along with his trusty backpack. He's
Melhor.
about to face the biggest challenge of his young life, the Vidalian. His journey to Ishalcan will broaden his horizons and introduce him to new people and places,
O cara é o Zuko,
but will
rapaziada.
also bring him closer to Yuntao's
Cadê? Eu quero
darkest
ver, eu quero ver o
secrets.
boneco.
But no matter what challenges come, he'll always bounce back into action and be ready for his next adventure.
Ué, não tem foto. Eu quero foto.
After we're done with the adorable enchanter, we're moving on to something a bit edgier. I know some of you love complex champions and novel link skill descriptions. But others wants to focus on macro play and pounce into action with a straightforward kit. If that sounds like you, good news.
É uma Darkin?
Nefiri is the Darkin for you. She's a mid-lane assassin made for those of us who want to
Ele é assassin. Oh, já vi que vai sair roubada.
focus on the hunt. After awakening from her slumber, her first objective is to track down her darkened brethren. Her newfound body, or bodies, seems like a cruel twist of fate at first, but they prove useful for locating her fellow Darkin, and as a source of wisdom. After all, it's always better to hunt in a pack. I have some bad news though. Unfortunately, Nefiri is the only champion this year without a shirt. We know how much you all love abs, so don't worry. We'll be looking for more opportunities next year.
Ah,
It's been a while since we spoke about everyone's favorite crystal scorpion. The Skarner VGU team has started exploring ways to dial up his scorpion fantasy. At this phase, we're leaving no arthropod hiding stone unturned to find exciting themes, kits, and stories. We'll be releasing a dev blog later this year with more information on his progress. Looking further out,
sim, mano, o Skyner vai ter camisa, velho. Segundo o que ela falou aqui, o Skyner vai ter uma
we
camiseta,
also
vai ter
have
uma
a hangry
regatinha.
jungler and an artistic mid laner who are looming in the distance. They're a bit too early to talk about at the moment, but look out for future teasers. That's all from me today. I'll hand it back to Riot Brightmoon for some final thoughts.
That pretty much wraps up things for today. But I do have one small update I want to share before we go. For years, you've been asking us for the ability to play League in any language, no matter where you are. I'm happy to share that later this year, you'll be able to select your language in League settings.
Oh! A mudança que demorou pra vir depois de 13 anos do jogo existir, rapaziada. Caramba, velho, revolucionário, mano. Fizeram o mínimo. Fizeram o mínimo.
We hope this makes your experience
Qualquer jogo que eu pego na Steam, o jogo ele lançou em alpha, eu já tenho a opção de escolher o idioma, porra.
a little bit more enjoyable, no matter where you're playing from or what language you speak. I also want to remind everyone who has Xbox Game Pass to link it to your Riot account. This way, you can unlock every champion for free and get a 20% experience boost for as long as it's active. We have a
E o
lot.
Voice, eles não falam do Voice. Esse assunto não é falado. Eles botam aquele ping, eles botaram aquele ping não, desculpa. Aquela votação, né, que era pra substituir o Voice, que era de objetivo, etc, que falhou, e eles nem mencionaram no vídeo, porque eles sabem que flopou. Ninguém usa aquela porra. Mas Voice que é bom, que tem nos jogos deles, tem em outros MOBAs, tem FPS, etc. Não, isso não pode ter no LoL. O cara pode mutar, ele pode escolher se ele usa Voice ou não, mas no LoL não pode ter, você não vai ter essa opção. A gente não vai te dar a opção se você quer ter Voice ou não, não vai ter.
A lot more in store for this year, and we cannot wait to share more later. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck on your climb, and I'll see you on the Rift.
Não vai me ver não, velho, você nem joga LoL. Vocês devem ver, hein. Na solo kill do Prata vocês veem ele, rapaziada. Fiquei empolgado pra jogar esse joguinho de fada, velho. Fiquei empolgado, mano. Vambora.